Hello, friends. It's Katie back with another episode of my vlog. And today I want to talk a little bit more about the slow life, my slow life. You guys know I was already a slow life kind of person even before Sean had a stroke. I do fiber arts, which is a very slow art form. With regard to raising my kids, I subscribe to attachment parenting and unschooling philosophies, which are both very slow down, go at the kids' pace, don't try to make them operate at a faster pace or a higher level than what they are demonstrating that they're comfortable with. We've had a focus on family time, home cooked meals, not just falling into doom scrolling on the internet and devices and all of that stuff. So that was kind of already the sort of basis of my philosophy or where I was at before Sean even had a stroke. And then, of course, the stroke and living in the stroke dimension has slowed everything down so much more than it already even was pretty slow. And then, of course, the COVID lockdowns put a whole other level of slow on top of that. And some of that stuff has been extremely frustrating for me. I think you guys can probably relate to how frustratingly slow the COVID lockdown has been and how impatient feeling you get during that. But one of the things about these kind of external slowdowns, as opposed to the choices that I've made in my life for myself, is I can't turn them off. I could choose to not do fiber arts. I could choose to parent in a different way that isn't as slow and as attentive as I do. I can't choose to not be in the COVID situation. I can't choose my husband not having a stroke, So with those things, I have to be slow, and it slowed me down so much that I went on this kind of roller coaster ride where at first it was really frustrating and weird, and I wanted to be able to do things so much faster. And then I eased into it, and boy, it took a while because it's slow. It's all a slow process. It took me 2 years to really figure out the pace of the stroke dimension and to get comfortable with it and to not feel constantly agitated and like I need to be somewhere else or I need to be doing, moving faster than this, and just to settle in and move at a pace that's working for me, for us, in the circumstance that we're in here in the stroke dimension. And the COVID lockdown then slows us down even further. And again, there's this kind of, I want to go faster or I want to do more, but I have to be slower. So, okay. And then a year goes by and I've gotten used to it and I've gotten that much slower and that much more patient in my life. And some of the things that I adopted as hobbies during the lockdown also even slowed my life down even more. I got really into yoga and added a lot of time doing yoga. I do almost an hour of yoga a day, every day at this point. And it's my slow time. It's my introspective time. It's my me time, right? I did talk therapy over the last year, which is an extreme way of slowing down and really analyzing, situations and reactions and relationships and thought patterns and things like that. Not just trying to rush past things and going, oh, I'm uncomfortable or I want to get to that other thing over there, but saying, okay, this might be uncomfortable, but this is where I am. So I'm going to feel this and be here and exist in this space mindfully, be present. And not be trying to rush on to the next thing, even if it's hard, right? So that's another slowing down thing that I did. And it's going to sound weird, but I picked up running, which is not a very slow thing. Obviously, running is pretty fast. But pretty early on into my running career, I realized with the help of actually the subreddit r/running, that the way you get better at running is, guess what? You have to slow down. When people start running, they start, I'm going to run really fast because, this is so cool and I can run. But then you give yourself a bunch of injuries and problems and it really sucks and hurts. And then someone tells you, hey, you know what? You got to slow down. And you start running slower. And then it just becomes so much more enjoyable and relaxing and fun. It's kind of unbelievable. So even in a sport like running where you're supposed to be going fast, taking the time to slow down and try that slow life, you can really improve. And, in running, slowing way down is actually how you get faster, because you build your base fitness and then you just naturally get faster over time. But this vlog is not about running. This vlog is about the slow life. So I'm into the slow life, and I'm into being very observant and trying to learn as much as I can. And one of the things that's been really fascinating to me about the COVID lockdown has been watching everyone else kind of get on my page with the slow life and the oh, I can't do my normal things, and having to go through that cycle of, agitation and frustration, impatience, and all of these other things, but then actually mellowing into it enough and slowing down into it enough to make some changes, to actually change some personal habits and become more patient and become more able to just chill and be slow, not have to be entertained 24/7, and all of those things that I feel like I'm constantly talking about, but I guess the stuff bears repeating. So I'm hopeful. I feel like I've learned a ton of lessons about how to go slow, and again, even slower than I normally go in the last, almost 3 years of the stroke dimension. And then in the last year plus of the COVID dimension, I've really honed my skills at going slow, at being patient, at realizing there isn't a rush. There isn't a reason for me to be grinding and pushing myself and just, going so hard. There's time for things. There's another day, and I can take the time I need to, again, be present for myself, for my family, and be in a given moment without feeling agitated, feeling like I need to rush, feeling like I need to, have my phone in my hand so I can constantly be entertained, or feeling like I need to run on to the next thing. And in that slow space, like I said, as a person who observes a lot and who is constantly trying to learn, there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to see. There's a lot to notice, and a lot to learn. And so I know personally, I am trying to, as things open up from the COVID lockdown and we begin to sort of reemerge and from our chrysalis, I guess, to use this as a metaphor, into the post-COVID butterfly. I don't know, this metaphor is not working. But as we make that transition, I want to hang on to as much of the lessons that I've learned in this ultra slow time as I can. I want to continue to listen. I want to continue to think. I want to continue to learn and observe and be more present in the world, be more mindful, again, with myself, with my kids, with my husband, with everyone around me, because it makes me a better person. And while I know the slow life isn't for everyone, and I know that a lot of people are really looking forward to getting back out there and doing everything normal again, I'm really hoping that everyone can capture at least something, some lesson from the slowness of the COVID lockdown, some piece of that, and carry it forward with them into whatever our new future is. I'm changed. I know I'm changed. And if you guys have been paying attention, if you've been doing work over this last year, you've probably changed too. And it's probably for the better. So don't lose it. Don't, as things open up, don't just go back to the way things were. You can't go back to the way things were, right? So that said, we are very excited around here and slowly, because we're all about that slow, reacclimating to outside life. We are now fully vaccinated adults. Of course, the kids can't be vaccinated yet, but they will be when they can. And we have been challenging ourselves to get out of the house as a family at least once a week. We've been going on Wednesdays, and we've been doing some type of adventure in combination with getting food. So we spent a couple weeks doing very mellow things like, let's just go have a picnic at the park, or let's just go get some food out together and not even do anything else. But then we've expanded it as we've gone, because again, we want to slowly grow this. We don't want to, go from total lockdown to 100% overstimulation. So baby stepping out there into the world. But last week we got to go see the Ansel Adams show at the Portland Art Museum, which was totally excellent. It was wonderful. I encourage you guys to go see it. They've got COVID restrictions, so you have to get, sign up for time tickets online, but it wasn't hard to do at all. And it was amazing. I want to go back before the show's over. Today, oh, this is so cool. We walked around the corner from our house. Sean rode his tricycle, but the kids and I walked, and we went and got burritos just around the corner from our house. And it's not a big deal at all to go walk around the corner from your house and get burritos, except my husband had a stroke and we've had a giant COVID lockdown. So the simple, slow act of going around the corner to get burritos and sit at a picnic table and eat our burritos for lunch and then walk back home, it felt magnificent. It felt wonderful, even though it was just this very simple little thing. And I hope that you guys, if you've had a serious lockdown like we have, I hope that you're starting to get back out there if it's safe for you and your family. Again, baby step it. Don't overstimulate yourself by just, 0 to 60. But have you guys been getting back out there? I know stupid Multnomah County got locked down again last week on Friday, only to open up again this week on Friday. So there's going to be inside dining again very soon. And it sounds like everybody who wants to get a vaccine is able to get one at this point. We need more people to be vaccinated, but that's a whole other vlog also. But have you guys been getting back out there? Has it been slow? Have you been comfortable? Have you been taking the lessons of the COVID slowdown, lockdown with you out into the world as you reemerge from your cocoon? We have, and I'm excited. I'm not feeling super duper positive about larger scale things, especially reaching herd immunity in the United States, which again, that's another vlog topic. But I am excited about being able to go out and do things, being able to slowly emerge from this very introspective time, and being able to, like I said, retain those important lessons that we've learned during this time and carry them forward with us in our lives, because, well, that's what it's really all about, right? All right. I'm going to end it there. I will be back in a few more days with another episode of my vlog. Until then, everybody stay safe, take care, go slow, and thanks so much for watching.